My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Aethermancer. Get back in on Mythic difficulty, of course. Let us find another one of our creatures with no worthiness whatsoever. There's Starspawn, who is particularly interesting, but I said in the last episode, I'm a little interested in using Djinn. Djinn and Naga, in particular. Let's look at Djinn first. Levitation. For every 9 ether consumed by allies, apply dodge to this monster. Each attack consumes a dodge stack to gain 30% crit chance and 3 crit damage. Also, 3 wishes. Choose one of the wish actions that's not been used in combat yet. Don't know what those are. And Flare Strike. 1 by 10 fire damage against target enemy. Applies 1 force and 1 dodge to self. I don't know what I'm going to do with you, which I think makes you the most interesting choice. Go on, Djinn. You have fire and wind coverage. So we're looking earth and water ideally. Okay, none of these have earth and water as they're covered. Yours is also critical. Oh, yours is not critical. I mean, you do benefit from crits, so I think critical is a fair thing to pair with you, especially because you have force that gives you crits, and you also gain the additional crit chance on those hits from the levitation. But also, you should be paired, ideally, I guess, with a party that uses a huge amount of ether, generates and uses a huge amount of ether. Can't necessarily suggest that Hecatonchirus really fits that bill. Nor Darmavoy. I don't like how any of these really interact with us. Like, I guess the closest is Coldheart, who has access to some Purge, has some crit chance and evasion, cares about critical, can copy other actions which are important. I'll take you. I'm so uncomfortable with how this setup is at the moment. I guess Earth something is my final? No clue. Lily. You can't reroll traits I don't have, so I think I'm gonna go and complete both fights and see if I can pick up a trait before I... Really? It's a shifted console worm there? Neat. Granted, I much would have preferred a non-shifted Tutzel. Do I want Tutzel as my completion of this build? Tutzel does benefit from crits, but it's only when Tutzel crits, specifically. Okay, so wish number 1 generates water, fire, wind, and earth ether. Wish number 2 generates 3 dodge on target ally, and wish number 3, 2 force to all allies. 2 force to all allies is really good. Maybe we can get Naga to complete this set. Make Naga a tank at the front with the force. Suppose I should have done that after I did my basic attack there. Okay, so Firebolt against the top line now is 23 damage. Take him right on out. And we'll set up the next as well. Big old crits. I don't know, maybe Cat Zerka could also fill out this party reasonably. I think our first auras are going to tell us a lot. On single target attack, apply weakness. Cold Heart does a lot of single targeting attack, just courtesy of attacking and also triggering side gate, which is a side kick. I was reading soul gate at the same time. Cold Heart gains an experience, all right. Oh, Hour of Glory. When your allies land 10 crits within a single round, apply 1 power to each ally and heal each ally for 10. Cruelty. +3 crit damage at the start of combat and whenever an enemy is staggered, apply 1 force itself. I gotta say, Hour of Glory, I want that. Of course I want that. I'm not gonna trigger that for a really long time. I don't think I can take it. We really need things that are relevant right now, and I think Cruelty perfectly fits that bill for us. Got a Tatzel to take out Worm. Bubble Kick's not a 3 hitter, is it? Oh, it doesn't need to be, actually. Because we have crit, which means that we will do 1 more poise damage, causing a stagger, causing us to get crit again. Hell yeah. I could see sidekick crit. I could see sidekick crit from maybe like, what's his name? Katzerka. Yay! Katzerka has both sidekick and crit in its subtypes, I believe. Djinn hits the first level. Haste. Dodge now only increases evasion by 12% per stack, but doesn't get consumed when attacked. After an ally's turn, they consume 5 stacks of dodge to reactivate their turn. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Reinforce. On dedicated support action, heal target ally for 5, shield them for 3, and apply 1 force to them. 3 wishes is a dedicated support action. We'll use a couple of those. Heroic defense. When this monster has force, it has 2 additional defense and takes 1 less corruption from enemy attacks. Ideally, that shouldn't be relevant. So it's haste or reinforce here. Reinforce makes our 3 wishes action a lot better. Each attack consumes a dodge stack. So if each attack is consuming the dodge stacks, that's not even necessarily helping us dodge as much as I want. They don't get consumed when attacked, but they do get consumed when I attack. I'm leaning reinforce or reroll here. I'll take reinforce. Armor. Subturn. Shield self for 2. Wow, force chance. On action, 33% chance apply force itself. It's pretty cool. I think I might just take the experience here, Lily. 1 XP for a random monster. It's Cold Heart, and then we just head into... Ooh. The next zone. Envoy. Give me Envoy. I like having an Aethermancer equipment early. Oh, right. I forgot the rebuff. This zone still has an unused monster shrine, of course. Shifted Schadenfreude. Oh, right. This just, instead of applying Terror or Burn, now applies Poison or Burn. Reggie, you like critical. You overlap with Burn. And when you apply terror to enemies, you break poise on them. I'm leaning Reggie here. Unfortunately, it means I will have no Earth. But that's not necessary. Yeah, give me Shifted Reggie. Oh, there's the +3 crit damage. Or a crit chance on allies also increases their evasion by 50% of that amount. That's really nice, because I will want to just generally increase crit chance. It's also worth noting, that's just 15% more evasion for Cold Heart. Eventually, I'm going to get other things that are... Yeah, give me Evasion Mastery. I think we're like... It's not very reliable, but I guess we're a little dodge tanky? I don't like that, because a certain attack can just get through and then you are ruined. I see you've chosen a Djinn for your endeavors. They're quite elegant and fierce in their strikes, not to overthink their wish-granting powers. Though limited, those offer options in combat. One can never have enough of those. Pick an artifact and apply power to target ally, or consume all either. Give me the power. Oh my god, it's a fully shifted squad. That's shifted Walpa, shifted Walpa, shifted Jotun. I want to catch 2 of those, I'm pretty sure. Let's get shifted Jotun first. I don't think I have it yet. Wow. Yep. Shaw sets it up. That's my 25th memento. An Earth, Wind... Oh, Tank Shield, Poison. That's interesting. I'll generate the additional ether from Bountiful Wish. Unfortunately, it's going to be almost impossible for me to stagger one of these other ones. I'd have to get Terror on them and then strike them like 4 times. It's just not happening. So instead, I should prepare to kill them. Guess I should have just finished off Jotun last time with a wind kick. Just gonna give the force to all allies, so we're all ready to crit ridiculously following this. I do think I'll end up taking the Glory of Battle thing. 10 crits in a round, I'm pretty sure we can get that somehow, especially with Sidekick. Hold up. We're almost staggering that top liner there with this action. Oh my god, we can get there. Wolpertinger shifted the fire, wind, critical purge, and dodge. Damn, that's also a version I really want to have. Okay, so this Glacier Shield uses the enemy's ether to cast. Purging out that big defensive move they were planning on doing now. Huge Flare Strike. And finish him off with anything. Applying Psychic to self is nice. Drown is really good because it's very efficient purge. It's 3 Ember, or 3 Ether to purge 2 enemy Ether. Stealing Dust is nice. For every 9 Ether consumed by allies, applies dodge to self. So Stealing Dust is nice, at least in that it's a free action. The thing that I don't yet have a single copy of on Cold Heart. It's just I know how much I really value Drown often. I'm not good at doing... Well, I am actually good at doing water hits in the enemy. Explosions 3x3, water, fire. Okay, I'll take the steel then. Simply for the fact that it's a free action. Oop. We'll pass that Mandragora to loot whatever we can first, and then harry that bad boy. Yeah, unfortunately Mandragora is the one that I want to focus on the least here, but it's the one that I have the stagger against. I'm going to Bountiful Wish for all of the additional ether that I want, so that then I can steal, both preventing an enemy action and also setting myself up. Steal again. Crit to just immediately kill that cockatrice, just blows it up. And I think we're going at such a speed that I can actually just focus on Mandragora. Next. Just keep on stealing that action. Ooh. Cheeky additional crit there gets us to be able to stagger. Okay, yeah, crit does ridiculous damage. It's really, really, really good there. I just need to make sure that I can also keep my minions alive while I do it. Stop giving me monster souls. You know I don't need those after a certain point. And picking up 2 additional ones in the early game, that's already pretty much the point. I'm admittedly a little surprised that I haven't yet found a secret in this area. Looks like it has one. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Start on Tatzel. Yeah, I want to set up that sidekick. Everyone except for the Earth guy first, because I cannot stagger him very effectively. Must you absolutely savage my top line, please? It's just rude. I'm going to take the healing here, because I'm pretty terrified that they're going to be able to get another attack through on the top line. Also, it does allow me to kind of ignore that top line. Oops. I used the energy I needed for the wind kick. Very glad I chose to heal. Let's steal a wee bit more, getting a dodge, then set up even more sidekicks, so we can attack 2 additional times this turn. I was left without the energy for the finish. Thankfully, the first hit causes a stagger, which then gives crit to the unit that follows up. Get him, Calder! Djinn. Apply to force to self as a free action. Unfortunately, you benefit right now from dedicated support actions, which free support actions do not count as. Reflective Trap. Apply 2 dodge to a target ally, and then give them also the retaliate of trigger a 2x5 earth wind damage attack against the enemy. Honestly, that gives me some access to earth damage that I otherwise don't have. I'll take it. Ooh, that's huge. Is it? I mean, Precision Meteor, 1/15 fire earth against the target enemy. On first hit, crit +2 poise damage. That means it's doing a lot of poise damage. Also earth. All it takes is a single force application. And then Hailstorm. This one is the one that I'm looking at because 2/2 water wind against all enemies applies 2 terror to all enemies, which is also 1 poise break. I'm going to lean to Precision Meteor. Tome Rare. Interesting. On single target attack, a 50% chance to apply a second stack of weakness. It always applies 1, and... I mean, yeah, just throw that on Reggie, who also does nice single target attacks. Yep, I don't think there is a lurker on this map. Ooh, trait reroll though. Like, there is a large amount of me that wants to reroll the reinforced trait. Granted, I can reinforce, like I can use Reflective Trap on Reggie, and then that gives us the force to do Precision Meteor as well. Like, there's value there. I can't turn down the Ether Spring though. There is the Naga. Ooh. Ooh. Psychic Ether, Psychic Summon. I mean, Purge into Ether. Grimoires a pretty good overlap with our build as well. Yeah, but this Naga, it could be our tank very easily. Fearless, when this monster has 1 or more force, it evades the first hit of an enemy attack, and it has Retaliate, trigger a 2/2 fire water attack against the enemy. Who in my party would you be better than? Like, Reggie is probably the most vulnerable in the party at the moment for removal, I guess. I could go Shifted Naga, but realistically, Shifted Naga works worse in this build where I have so much force already. Oh god, I also have the Reflective Trap, which I can put on the Naga. Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be Naga. We'll be replacing Reggie in this party. Sadly, you don't get to inherit the tome. You will level up, though. Oh, wow. Perfect Edge Aura. 4 stacks on allies now only apply to the first hit of each attack. Allies deal +2 crit damage for each stack of force on them. I kind of like that. It forces us not to just, like, waste all of it on... Maybe it's good. Purge Punishment. Retaliate. If this monster has 50% more health, or more health, rather. Purge 1 enemy ether. I also really like that. Only problem is we don't have any redirects for the Naga yet, but obviously we'll get that in the future at some point. You having multiple Retaliate triggers that are all stacking and triggering at the same time is really appealing. I'm going to give you Purge Punishment. I think having some control over the enemy's ether is probably going to be necessary for us. Immediately I take win, 25% chance, additional experience for a monster at the end of a combat. Ooh, elemental. Who's most likely to default attack and why is it cold hard right now? It's probably actually Naga, to be honest. Did I just get a blank memento? I did, because that's a shifted Cat Zerka. Oh, that's... Why are they all... They're all shifted. I thought that wasn't possible. I'm definitely... oh, boy. I definitely want one of them. Sick ruby blade. Got shifted. It's literally critical force sidekick. You are exactly the creature I want in this build. Probably end up replacing Wolpertinger after this. Critical mass. On crit, 50% chance to apply a random buff to self. When this monster applies a buff, heal the buff monster for 3. And you also have critical hybridization, but that's just you. The enemy is shamefully not attacking our bottom line yet. Rather. We can throw out a Fierce Wish. I thought we were going to be able to crit that off of you. My mistake. Tempering. Enemy gains a bunch of buffs. I just lost my best staggering ability for... I guess I also don't have a shifted Cockatrice yet, which I can capture here, whereas the other ones I can't. It's really unfortunate. Tank bone shield. I mean, look, it's not bad, but it's not what I was looking for. I'm gonna gain 3 dodge on the top lane and try and keep myself safe of this giant hit coming in. Thank you for attacking the bottom line. Thank heck. That second crit, we managed to get back into a comfier position. Yeah, you are not going to be dealing 16 damage with a single attack with no buffs. I'm really bad at staggering enemies right now. Anyone Earth is just a nightmare for us. Got a wee bit of additional weakness out there. There's the Bountiful Wish. Djinn, you need a way to spend all of your focus, your force at the same time. Otherwise, none of it ends up meaning anything. I still hope I get offered Katzerka, I just couldn't guarantee it. Naga. Oh, Unstable Charm applies 2 force to target ally, then a 1/4 water fire damage against target ally. I fear that that would trigger force and thus deal a crit. And it is another hit that we can get. Snow times heals and shields. Explosive rush. 4/5. Water fire gets target enemy and deals 5 damage to self. Wait, and deals 5 damage to self. It evades the first hit of each enemy attack. Okay, so that won't... Do you still trigger retaliate? If you hit yourself? Oh, you'd have to have so much damage. So much force before... Okay, no. Give me Unstable Charm. I'm going to see how we can use it. Ugh, another monster song. Why couldn't it be another memento? Why? I simply want to remember. I'm gonna say Naga. And elemental coverage. We have the same coverage for water and fire, basically. I'll suggest that yours could be water. Djinn's already taken so much corruption. Yeah, if in the next area I'm offered a Katzerka, I'm probably replacing Wapatinger. Really need more wind on turn 1. Be real helpful. And so currently everyone's threatening to hit the top line. Makes this reflective trap pretty good. Granted, I'm probably not going to let all of them get to attack. Ow. Ooh, the retaliate crits on both hits back, using both force. We basically have to kill people to prevent moves at this point. I'll wind kick you out of movement. I do really feel like some additional dodge is probably necessary for Walper to make this not tragic in a moment. Two force to target ally and hit cell, which triggers sick. Our retaliate of purging an enemy. And we also make sure to leave this turn with a force active, allowing us to respond to this poison wave. Very weakly, mind. Doesn't seem like any of this is going to do enough damage to take him. I'll poison wave to prevent you from poison waving. Get some additional stagger out there as well. Use an unstable charm to set up a giant crit flare strike. And then aquatic armor to defend our Naga on the bottom line, as well as prepare ourselves for a kill in response. This is not going well. Djinn, crit damage +2, very, very big. Cold Heart now picks up a second trait. Critical hybridization on crit deals a 3 wild damage hit, which also staggers all elements. Triggers up to once per action. Pretty good. Disruptive Prime for every 3 ether purged or stolen by this monster, apply power to self. And Poise Purging. Whenever the monster poises or steals ether, break 1 poise of the same element on all enemies. I'll go critical hybridization. That'll also break poise on the enemies. Stop giving me monster souls. You have to understand. Game. They are not useful. No secret? The heck? What the heck's that? No secret? Okay, apparently there's no lurker in this area. I guess that doesn't have to be the case. I thought they always had to be, though. Next Zone Witch. Honestly, yeah, I'm going Next Zone Witch. I need to change something. I don't know what it is, but someone needs to change. That's the Cat Zerga. Long Slash is a 1/11 wind damage against all enemies with 20% additional crit chance. On crit, applies bleed to target enemy. Bleed says at the start of your turn, this monster takes X wild damage, then consumes half the stack. X equals 2 times the stack. I definitely feel like you're an appropriate fill-in for this party. Critical dodge poison on the shifted Tartsel as well. On crit apply poison, this monster gains 4% crit chance for every poison stack on the enemies. There's the shifted Nyx. I think it's supposed to be Moloko here. And I suspect it's instead of Cold Heart. On attack, if this monster has 2 or more regeneration, apply Psychic to self, trigger regeneration on self, and then consume another regeneration stack. If I had any benefit for consuming regeneration stacks, I'd do that. Whenever an ally triggers Psychic, Critical hybridization on crit, yes. Your whole thing is going to be... I need to get 3 Wind Ether, and then I can do some sick stuff with you. Djinn, honestly, I feel like Reinforce was a mistake on you. I kind of want to fully respec that Djinn somehow.
There's something noble about your Naga. It looks like a fierce warrior, but it's also a powerful protector. It must make you feel really confident to have it by your side.
Let's go a trait of Djinn, Reinforce, reroll for... Cosmic Absorption. For every 15 damage absorbed by shield on this monster, generate wild. Yuck. Into the fray. On dedicated support action, apply 1 force to target ally and 1 force to self. Tailwind. Whenever an ally evades a hit, generate Wind Ether. If you have 5 or more Wind Ether, Wild Ether is generated instead. Crit chance is causing dodge still, right? Nope. That's no longer on my party. Crit chance no longer causes dodge. I'm gonna reroll. Dodge now only increases evasion by 12%. No, when this monster generates or consumes Ether, shield and equal... Ether cycle. For every 7 Ether consumed by allies, generate a Wild Ether. I want to reroll again, desperately. Concealed. Start of combat, and on dedicated support action, apply 1 dodge to self and shield each ally for 2. That's not that bad. That's a way for you to avoid damage as well as give additional health to allies. Whenever an ally evades a hit, deal a 5 damage wind attack to the attacker. Not half bad. And Perfect Edge. Force stacks on allies now apply only to the first hit of each attack. Allies deal +2 damage for each stack of force on them. I'm going to take that because it's not good right now, but I saw recently in another fight exactly how good that can get. And I think maybe we can make our way there. let's get this guy. Sadly, I don't have any ability to redirect. And you're also not hitting exactly the one person who does want to be hit. Rude. I could use Reflective Trap, but it takes a lot from me. I think I'm best off just getting the Force on everyone, and then I'll go support for regen on everyone, as well as additional healing for anyone who got a buff stack. As for heroic horn power, that should probably go on the Naga, who is going to be retaliating most often. Obviously not this round, but later. Perfect. Long Slash is obviously way better against multiple enemies, but getting that poison's gonna be really helpful. Apply 2 force to target ally. I think I should probably just pop up my aquatic armor here. And I'll throw Flare Strike for 15 damage to the enemy. Ooh, staggers them before they get to get a second attack out, and we dodge the first hit, allowing us to fearlessly attack in response. You really have to stop attacking exclusively the other two. I really need to get a redirect available for Naga, especially if I want to be making good use of that purge punishment. Let's throw 3 additional dodge on that top line, because honestly, I really think we're going to need it. Fallen Blast misses half of its attacks. If it didn't miss any of its attacks, I think it would have taken out the Djinn on the top line. Yikes. If I'm honest, I think we're probably dead in this fight. I don't stagger or do damage anywhere near fast enough to take this enemy out right now. I don't scale over the course of the fight at all. Well, sure, I get more force stacks, and then the more force stacks do more damage, but they're still like in single instance. Yeah, this is really quite bad. I'm happy to throw a Reflective Trap out there. I'll Unstable Charm on myself, causing a Fearless attack because I already had... Hell yeah, causing a Fearless attack because I already... That's really good. As long as I have Force before I do the self-damage there, it will still trigger the Retaliate hit, as well as the Retaliate hit from Reflective Trap, as well as the Retaliate from Purge Punishment. So it's very, very action efficient. I just need to set it up constantly. Oh, wow, they missed 3 of those hits. Also, if we stagger the enemy, I don't have to worry about their guarding, so that's great. Perfect. Unstable Charm causes me to stagger the enemy there. I don't know, maybe we do get through this fight. We bounce back a little bit. I really wish that Moloko was capable of doing something other than support every single turn, but hey, that's where we're at. It's a lot of power on the Warden, though. It's starting to get to the point, especially with the low HP on pretty much all of our team except for the Naga. It's getting pretty close to the point where it's just going to suddenly destroy someone. Can't believe I didn't hit that extra heroic horn earlier. There's the reflective trap so that I can unstable charm hit myself. Maybe I want unstable charm and then reckless attack as well. Because I could be getting really aggressive with that. Oh, buddy. Big mistake. Moloko lives. Oh, boy. All right. I think we've got a chance to rectify this all by the next fight. I'm going to use the reflective trap combo just because I really like it. Unstable charm, and that'll finish him off. I suspect we have a chance to fix this with the level that everyone's about to hit. Let's look at Naga and Djinn first, because Moloko is going to be taking action. The other two are getting auras. Show me Naga's aura first. Retaliate, generate a random ether. Unstable charm was a support action, that's funny. Taunt, at the start of combat, apply to redirect and shield self for 2x3. Not bad, obviously, if I intend to use you as a tank. But return to ether might give us the opportunity. I mean, like, it pays for half of your unstable charm every time you do it. It's just I really also need ways to get you redirect. I think return to ether might be one of my better ways of generating ether in this build. Oh, that's not what I wanted to look at yet. And I can't go back. Roof. Wind Ritual applies to sidekick to target ally. Interesting. Who do I want to force to attack outside of their turn? It's not especially good, actually. Fire Blast, 4x5, fire damage against target enemy. Jewel Cutter, 4x3 wind earth against target enemy, and critical hits deal 4 additional damage. I think Jewel Cutter is probably exactly what you need. Djinn! Ugh. I have the storm for every 30 wind or wild damage dealt to enemies. Apply dodge to the lowest ally, the ally with the lowest amount of dodge. Yeah. Evasion well, actually, hang on. On the very first turn, if I can set up crit and then hit long slash against all enemies, that's like 60 wind damage. That's 2 dodge coming out of this very quickly. Certainly isn't bad. Crit chance on allies also increases evasion by 50% chance, 50% of the amount. I mean, given that everyone's got crit and crit related things. And I'm incentivized to get more crit. Absolutely. When you reach 5 ether of the same element, nope, that's not really the comment I'm sure got. I gotta say that's the optimism I was sharing previously is dashed. Let's have a look at a replacement even. Honestly, Djinn might need to go. God, who even for? I don't think I have a better replacement for him here.
You've made us rich with gold, Sirius.
What do you do with all that gold anyway?
We spend it on ether crystals.
Okay, but why?
One day, Sally and I will have the biggest ether crystal hoard on Terrastay. Yes, a mountain of ether crystals. What better way to show our dedication to the ether?
I'm taking that blank memento. I'm taking the 3 poise break as well. Purge to enemy ether, great. Talisman. Whenever a buff is applied to this monster, 20% chance to apply another stack of the same buff cannot trigger with itself. That's going to be incredible for Moloko, who applies a bunch of buffs to self. Also boots, 20% evasion, fire generator, and initial sidekick. Honestly, yeah. That goes on the Naga. This goes on Moloko. I'll take the Heroic Horn and I'll even hit another experience. Hey, Moloko levels up. Sick. So there's critical ether, crit chance, plus 10%, evasion, plus 5. On every 3 crits, generate wild ether. I really do want you using like a critical long slash at the start of pretty much every fight, ideally. Long-lived. Whenever regeneration stacks are applied to an ally, apply an additional stack. I mean, realistically, that just doubles the amount of buffs coming out of support. Other than that, it's actually kind of minimal. Granted, the additional stacks cause additional healing, because whenever this monster applies a buff, you heal the buff monster for 4. That said, I think critical ether is where you need to be. I'm very scared with this build at the moment. We'll have to see exactly how we can pilot it and whether or not it can pull itself around to something a bit more consistent in the next episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Aethermancer. Top left is the series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thanks here. And a special thanks to this episode to Disney Mia. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.